Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a video on the channel. But before we get into this video, please remember to like, subscribe and comment and let me know your thoughts on the video and what your predictions, what you think will happen. But today I'm talking to you about how Jake Paul will lose to Tommy Fury. Or it's going to be something titled like why Tommy Fury knocks out Jake Paul. And for me, it's simple. I think it's like one of the main reasons for me is Tommy's boxing ability. I think it's levels above Jake Paul from what I've seen. Like if you put like a Jake Paul here and Tommy Fury there and you compare boxing footage in fights, you know, Tommy just looks more capable. It seems like they're both novices, kind of like they both do things that need improved massively. Like Tommy always comes out with his left and he always gets hit with the backhand, or Jake Paul's jab is crap, you know, like it's weird the way he jabs. He's like throws himself, his face forward when he's jabbing as well, or his body. It's just Jake Paul doesn't jab properly in a fight. And when you've seen Jake Paul on the pads and he jabs and you're like, not too bad, no, not good, but it's got a bit of crisp on it. And then in fights, I've never really seen a good Jake Paul jab. Like Anderson Silva and Tyron Woodley's jabs weren't the best. So that's another thing you worry with Jake. But Jake's main threat is his backhand, and I think Tommy's game plan is to stay away from that backhand, which I think he will. It'll be interesting to see who the better cardio man is. I believe it'll be Tommy, but I think it'll go about 4 rounds. I think why Tommy knocks him out. Tommy's got power. A lot of spawn people from Tommy's old gym, because Tommy was at Shane McGuigan's gym for a bit, and they all said that Tommy, when he punches you, you're like, ooh, like I can't remember who it was. I think it was Chris Billum-Smith. Correct us if I'm wrong. It was a top level cruiserweight, going to be challenging for a world title soon, and he said once Tommy punched him in sparring and it hurt. Like it was like one of the hardest he's been hit. And Tommy's a light heavyweight. Him and Jake Paul are fighting at 185 pounds. If Tommy can hit Jake Paul clean a lot of times, you know, it's gonna wear Jake Paul down. I don't think Jake Paul will be able to take the onslaught that Tommy's gonna bring, because Tommy ain't gonna take it back. Jake Paul has got to not be on the back foot this fight. Jake Paul will not be able to fight on the back foot. And if Jake Paul fights on the back foot, he's going to get knocked out quicker. But, you know, as soon as that bell goes, you know, Tommy's going to be straight over to Jake. And he's going to be throwing punches and bunches. And I think, like, I don't think Jake's corner will pull him out. I think the referee will end up stopping it. I think it'll just be too much punishment for Jake. And I wouldn't even be surprised if a rematch clause doesn't get took. But, you know, I could be completely wrong. And this isn't my final prediction, but it's most likely my prediction's not going to change off Jake Paul winning. Jake Paul's team must see something in Tommy Fury, because Jake Paul's team pick fights very, very smartly. And that's what they've done. And at this time, I think they've just a little bit more of what they can chew, but it makes us also think about back in my mind. It makes us overthink a bit and be like, do they see something in Tommy Fury? You know, that coming out the left all the time with the backhand. Do they see that? But that's easy for Tommy to fix. Like Tommy could have worked the whole. I know he hasn't, but Tommy could have worked the whole training camp on stop going to that left all the time. Come out with the right, and he could have done that whole training camp. And his ability would still be able to beat Jake Paul. And I believe, as soon as a few clean shots land on the head, Jake Paul's going to be like... You're going to see Jake Paul's heart in this fight, like when the going gets tough, because like Anderson Silva, Tyron Woodley, he thought that was going in deep waters. Tommy's going to put you through a hedge, mate. Like, I know people say, Tommy isn't shit, you know. Tommy ain't the best, but he'll be good when he's older, in my opinion. I think he's got that potential. He just needs to clean up a bit. And, you know, he's got a lot of new responsibilities now. He fights for his family. He's got a little baby girl. He fights for her, you know. His maturity is, he hasn't even he hasn't really chatted rubbish this fight, really. He's been training. They said, oh, would you want to come to this press conference? He said, no. He says, I'm training, you know, I'm training to kill Jake Paul, and that's what he's going to try and do. And I think Tommy will shock a lot of people and show the levels of this boxing game. And I think it might make Jake Paul realise a bit like, I just bit more off than I could chew, and I should have maybe took a few more fights. But, you know, I think Tommy's always going to be just levels above Jake Paul. And Tommy's from a fighting family, and just because he's got the Fury second name doesn't make him good, but he's got that ability, he's got that ring IQ. He can knock people out because you've seen it before. He can hurt people and stop people. You've seen it before. You've seen him win, dominating on points. You've seen all of this. But can Tommy put it together against Jake Paul and fight out with? Because you got to think, it's new surroundings for Tommy, all this. In Saudi Arabia, not his home country. He's a main event. Everyone's probably going to be against him, I'm guessing. You know, if they're quite like Jake Paul over there. Everyone's going to be against him. It's a main event, you know, that he's fighting above a WBC cruiserweight championship spot. You know, he's fighting ahead of that. It's going to be new surroundings. Can Tommy deal with the pressure? I think he'll be able to. You know, he's been in Tyson's corner for years. You know, he knows what it's about, and I think he's ready for it. And I expect him to knock out Jake Paul. But I ain't going to give you the exact round, and I ain't going to give you the exact punch. I'm going to make you wait for the next video. But guys, please like, subscribe, comment, tell me your prediction, and tell me why you think Jake Paul wins. Let me tell us why you think Tommy Fury wins. Or maybe it'll become a draw. But guys, thank you so much for watching. The support has been unreal, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.